Now, she made sure the workers were in check as Miss Mardle in Mr Selfridge kept Dr Watson on his toes as Mary Watson and Sherlock went out. Amanda Abbington has rolled up her sleeves as things are about to get gory.
Yeah, she joins us today to tell us about starring in a brand new dark comedy, Wolfe.
And the great Amanda joins us now. Hello.
Morning, Amanda.
Hello, how you doing?
Oh,
Nice to see
good,
you.
we're good, we're so good. Now, you have really stepped out of your comfort zone with this show, haven't you? Tell us a little bit about it. It's very gory, isn't it?
It's a very it is gory. It's very funny. It's very dark, and it also deals with our main protagonist, Wolfe Kinte, who is a forensic officer. He has bipolar, so that there's all these things that go on around him, and we have to look after him as he goes through an episode, and also we have to do our jobs as well. So, but all under the guise of a very kind of gallows humour, actually. So it's been a blast. It really has, yeah.
Yeah, Amanda, you said like you're a conservative actress with a small C. So did it take much of a sell for you to do this, or were you in straight away as soon as you read the first script?
Well, when my agent sent me the scripts, and he sent me, because Adrian Shergold directs it, who's incredible, and then Babu was attached, and then Paul Abbott was writing it. It was kind of like a no-brainer, really, for me. It was just like, well, yeah, no, this is going to be good because of those three anyway. And then Dot, my character, I think I wanted to make her sort of as far away from me as possible, you know, with pink hair and kind of very outspoken, and then we made her from Manchester, which was slightly daunting because we were filming in Manchester, so I had to do the accent. So, but I did step out of my comfort zone just in terms of just pushing my boundaries a little bit and just seeing what I could do and not being frightened to kind of just go the extra mile, really.
Yeah, and you touched on it there. I mean, you know, most people will know Shameless and the great Paul Abbott, so that must have been a huge attraction. And also tell us a little bit about Babu Cisse.
Oh, he's just the loveliest man in the world. And he had to hold this, he was the umbrella for all of it, because he's in every scene, essentially, and it's his story. And he would come to work every morning without fail with a smile, and we would laugh. And, you know, we've all become really, really good friends. We are in a WhatsApp group now called the Wolfe Pack, and we all kind of check in with each other all the time. And it really does. It was because also we were coming out of a pandemic, so it felt like this was. We were very, very aware of looking after each other and making sure that we were all okay. And so it felt very, very vulnerable and very. It was a beautiful thing to be part of because we all looked after each other. So it was a very
yeah. And when you have that camaraderie on set, I bet that makes the world a difference.
Oh, it was so lovely because we were being tested every other day. We were in this little bubble, so just seeing people's faces and cuddling each other and just having that interaction again after so long felt so beautiful. It felt like it was a real labour of love, definitely.
And talking of the pandemic, obviously we have come out of a pandemic. How did you find homeschooling? How did you find that?
I hated every second of it with every fibre of my being. I don't want to ever have to do that again. I'm not a great teacher, clearly, and I've always had a respect for teachers. I think I love a good teacher. I now worship them completely. What they do is truly incredible. So yes, and I think my kids particularly, they love school, so they wanted to get back as soon as possible. So they're in their element now because they're back at school and loving every second of it. Yeah.
And what about Joe and Grace? Did they come on set and see Mummy at work? And what did they make of it?
Well, Joe didn't. Joe wanted to stay at home with his nanny and granddad because they spoil him rotten. But Grace came up with me, and she loves her genre is horror films. She just loves horror films. So she was in her element. And she came on to set on a day when we had pretty macabre stuff, like lots of kind of prosthetic bodies that had been all sorts of things. And she loved it. She was like, and for about 5 seconds, she wanted to be a forensic officer. And then she found out what you needed to do for that. And she was like, no, I won't do that.
Isn't there a great story of your son kidding you into getting him a tarantula as well, which now you have to look after?
Dermot. It was a nightmare. So basically, about 8 years ago, Joe had an English exam and he hadn't revised for it at all. So I said to him, well, look, if you pass it, if you get like a really high percentage, what do you want? He went, I'd love a tarantula. I was like, great, let's do it. Let's do it.
Oh, my goodness,
And,
look at that.
and I was convinced he wouldn't get a good grade. So I thought, I'm winning this. I've done this. And then the next couple of days later, he got like 98%. He said, should we go and get that tarantula now? So now we have Ariana, who is like a rock with legs, but she's fantastic.
Oh, my goodness,
Yeah,
I can't think of anything worse.
That's brilliant.
Do you feed it? What do you feed it?
She has a live locust every 2 weeks.
Oh.
Honestly, Alison, it's just literally like having a furry rock. If
Really?
you can imagine that.
Oh, I might get one. Oh, amazing.
A lot of the crew are feeling pretty tender after last night. They don't hear about live locusts.
Absolutely not. Well,
And,
listen, we're really excited about this. Wolfe starts tonight on Sky Max and Now TV. We're very, very excited. It looks absolutely brilliant.
Thank you.
Thanks, Amanda. Thanks for joining us. Lovely to see you.
Thanks a lot, Amanda. Bye-bye.
Yeah, Sky Max. That's essentially so. There's no like TX time. That's their streaming site. So
Oh, so you just go there, stream it. Oh, brilliant.
Exactly, yeah.
Fantastic.